your number one source for high school sports. You're watching the Scenic Sports Network.
Welcome to high school football action from the previous weekend of play.
Welcome to Houston Academy football. Jim Boone, Tony Johnson to bring you tonight's game. Tonight's game, Houston Academy versus New Brockton. Houston Academy comes in this game 8-0, undefeated. Last regular season game tonight, Tony. Tonight, New Brockton comes in this game. They're one-win season so far. They beat Sampson. So, homecoming here tonight, Tony. Not a big crowd. Had some bad weather come in here, but I think the weather might have cleared. It's going to be a wet field. We might see a little bit of different game than what we anticipated before because of the weather.
Yeah, focus and concentration will be important tonight, Jim. You're playing with that wet football. It takes a little extra concentration and focus on the things you a lot of times take for granted. That ball's going to be a little bit slippery tonight, so the kids are going to have to be a little bit more focused in tonight.
Looking across the field, Tony, it looks like size-wise, we might have them a beat on size-wise, and I know we've got them beat on numbers. They just don't have that many numbers out for football. And looking down through their rosters, they've got a lot of young guys. They're going to be playing a lot of 9th and 10th graders tonight, and so that might be one of the reasons this team has only won one game. So we've got Stanley Jones, Robert Gurley, and Davis Flowers back to receive, and HA is in their navy blue tonight, and we got the Gamecocks, and it looks like South Carolina we're playing tonight with their uniforms, good-looking uniforms. We got a kick to Stanley Jones. He takes it at the 20. Stanley's got an open hole there, and he brings it up to about the 40-yard line. So HA will start at their own 40.
A nice return. Gives us good field position to start the game. We're going to be out there at about the 41, 42-yard line. So good field position for the offense on the opening section of the football game.
This team this week is hadn't taken this team lightly, but Coach Dollar has given them a couple of days off. So we'll see how rushy this team might be starting. Our usual backfield, and Watson Downs quarterbacking with Jones and Flowers in the backfield to start this ball game. And it's Watson Downs back to throw, and he's looking deep. He's got Robert Gurley and overthrows him by a step or two, Tony.
Yeah, nice throw, just a little bit overthrown there. I like the play call, Jim. We typically run the ball first down, first play of each game, and so we come a little bit different wrinkle, throw the football right here out the opening possession and opening play of the football game. Just overthrew him there by a couple, 3 yards, but a nice play call. I'll tell you, after the game against Hartford, which we didn't broadcast, but man, they put 11 guys in that box, and so we're going to go ahead and set the tone pretty early and try to stretch that defense out.
So it'll bring up a 2nd and 10 for the Raiders. Jones has got the ball this time. This is Stanley Jones. He's got one defender, and that one defender still had knocked him out, and Stanley loses the ball, and the ball's going to be spotted at about the 25-yard line. Good run by Stanley Jones.
Yeah, about a 33-yard carry there by Stanley, and there it goes right there, that wet football. Of course, he's fighting for extra yardage and trying to break loose from a tackle, but the ball did come loose. Fortunately for the Raiders, the ball goes out of bounds at the 25-yard line, but good hard running by Stanley. Good job of blocking on the corner there by Robert Gurley, and also Matt Reagan there on the corner.
And Davis McLaughlin, good blocking on that right side. Open that hole up for Stanley. Bring up a first down for Houston Academy. Quick pitch out to Jones. Jones is trying to get on the outside. Good block right there by that corner. And Tanner's going to take it down to about the 5 or 6 yard line. Good run there by Gilliam. That Nunley over there, I believe.
Yeah, Nunley was split wide on that side over there. Did a good job of sealing him off and getting that lane to run through. And he's going to pick up, looks like, probably 18, 16 yards on that carry. So we will have first and goal, Jim, at about the 7 yard line.
Still working with Flowers and Jones in the backfield. Gurley split right. And that's Jones, Stanley Jones. Not a whole lot there. And
no, good job, Ray. The defensive tackle came off the block real well there, read the play early, and was able to make the tackle there in the hole for about maybe a gain of about 1. They'll put up about 2nd down and 6.
So it's going to call it 2nd and goal at the 5-yard line for the Raiders. Again, Raiders are in their navy blue tonight, New Brockton in the white. And that is Stanley Jones again with the ball, and he's going to take it down the 1 or 2 yard line, looks like, Tony.
Play down inside of the 1 there. Good job of blocking on the corner again. The offensive line is doing a good job so far of opening holes for Stanley, and he was able to take the football down. And you're a favorable play caller right here. You're obviously going 2 down territory. You're inside the 1 yard line, 3rd and goal.
I would bet that probably Mr. Flowers, nope, going to be a sneak, and it's going to be a touchdown by Watson Downs, quarterback sneak.
Yeah, impressive drive to open the game, Jim. Just take the football and take control of the line of scrimmage and, just exert a little bit of power football right out of the gate. And again, that opening pass, if nothing else, puts a little bit of doubt in those defenders' minds. They're not going to crash that line of scrimmage. The corners, the safeties, run support is going to be a little bit more hesitant now just because of that one play, even though it was incomplete, start the football game.
And that's Ryan Watley back to kick deck support with David Gannon holding. It's down and it is up, and it looks good from here. And it is good, and that's going to give Houston Academy 7 and the New Brockton Gamecocks 0. Pretty good drive, Tony. It's like 7 plays down the field, and that's what we're looking for tonight, is a quick drive. Tony, can you hear me okay?
When you get ready to roll, just do this and we'll start.
Tony, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, that's a little low, but I...
Good-looking drive, like we said, Tony. Wiley's back to kit for Houston Academy and back deep for the Gamecocks. Pick up their numbers, Tony. I believe we got number 12 back there, McNear. And I can't really read the guy on the far side's number. Maybe 13. No, that's not right. So Wiley kicks off, and it's going to be to number 33. And that's McWeir, Junior McWeir with the ball, going to bring it up to about the 23-yard lines where they're going to spot it. So they'll bring up 1st and 10 for the Gamecocks.
Yeah, Jill, we got a crosswind tonight. That thing's blowing. Wind's blowing strong out of the west right now, and that football, as you saw, kind of drifted over to the other side of the football field, and good kickoff down about the 1 yard line. Good kick coverage. Defense gets to go out there and try to make a stand here with them at the 23.
Looks like they're going to spread them out with a single setback. Going to give it to that setback, and I didn't get that number with the ball. Did you get that number, Tony?
No, it's kind of hard to pick them up, Jim. It's wet and dirty, and they're wearing dark numbers on white, but
that's Foster with the ball, number 22. And number 12 is McNair, their quarterback. We talked before, he's a 9th grader, their quarterback. Foster is a senior, number 22. Don't know a whole lot about this team. I know they watched them on film this week, but didn't really hear the coaches talk a whole lot about this team. That's McNair back to throw, looking for number 44, Culverhouse, and it was an incomplete pass. So they'll bring up a 3rd down and 8 for the Gamecocks.
Yeah, good coverage. Good job by the defensive secondary right there, Jim. He had nowhere to throw the football and tried to squeeze it in there, threw it a little bit low and away from the intended receiver. And so we're going to have an opportunity right here, Jim, to come out and get a 3 and out if the defense right here can hold on 3rd down and about 8.
Spread the field this time with a single setback. This time they give it to number 33. And more, a great stop over there by Houston Academy. And it looks like Gurley in on the stop for Houston Academy.
I do have a flag on the play, Jim. I'm not sure what it was. Usually those things are either a holding or a face mask. I didn't see anybody there other than the ball carrier and the defenders. So typically that's going to be some type of defensive penalty. It's the 5-yard variety of the face mask, so they'll get to replay 3rd down. Be about should it be about 3rd down and 7, 3rd down and 8. Jim, usually when you see that flag drop, there's no one there but the guy with the football knows tackle him. You typically gonna run into a face mask call, but gonna only be the 5-yard variety, so we will still have that 3rd down and about 6-7 yards.
Clock's moving. 9:11 left here in the first quarter. Houston Academy leaving this ball game 7-0 over New Brockton. Wet night here at Northcutt Field tonight. Got a little sprinkle now, and we got plenty of wind. Kind of quarterback's going to keep it. I don't know if it's a busted play or he fumbled the ball, but
I think they had a fumble exchange. Again, it goes back to that wet football, and we may see a lot of those tonight, Jim. Like I said, that ball's mighty wet when it's on that football field. The football gets a little bit slippery, so he did fumble the exchange, and we went 4th down, and they got 4th at about 5.
So that will bring up a punting situation for New Brockton. Back deep for Houston Academy is Stanley Jones. We've got trips over here, Tony, and I guess they're just trying to get these guys downfield to see if they can try to catch up with Jones. And that is Jones with the ball. Oh man, good move there by Stanley, and about a 5 or 6 yard pickup on the run back.
Yeah, nice return though. I tell you, good job of cutting that football off, not letting it continue to roll. And so, you know, he probably saved 15, 20 yards just by picking that football up and running it back. We're going to get the football again. Jim in real good field position. We're up at about the 38. So we'll start our second possession at our own 38-yard line. Opportunity to put more points on the board.
Good punt, good coverage there by New Brockton that time also. And as everybody else has done this season, trying to kick it away from Jones. And like you said, Jones got that one before it get out of bounds. And that is Stanley Jones with the ball, number 5. Yeah, he's going to the outside. I don't believe anybody will touch him. 33, he's trying his best. And my goodness, I hadn't seen that all season. Good speed by number 33 there.
That's James. That's the Macwood kid.
Yeah, Junior Macwood. Yes.
Made a nice job right there running him down. I almost said I believe he'll be in the end zone, but he had a good angle on him and showed really good speed right there for the young man to run Stanley down.
You know what? I think that might have stunned Stanley more than anybody when he saw that guy on him, and he hadn't seen that all season. So we got a break in the action here. Got number 23, Tyler Gregory, in there in the backfield with David Jones, number 7, and also, of course, Watson Downs quarterback. And Gurley on the right side is going to give it to David Jones, number 7. That's Stanley's brother. Good pickup, good run, good hard running by David Jones.
Yeah, nice carry right there, nice pickup. Going to get down inside the 5-yard line, Jim. He picked up about 7 or 8 yards on that play. Great run by David.
See where they're going to spot the ball. It's going to be second down and 1. We're going to call it for the Raiders. David Jones again with the ball, and not much there for Jones to get anywhere on any gain on that play.
Yeah, he may have possibly picked up enough for the first down. I think he did. He's inside the 1, inside the 2, so he's going to get the first down. So first and goal for the Raiders. Jim, back-to-back impressive drives, all started here by the great run by Stanley.
Giving Stanley Jones, number 5, a little break on the sideline with Davis Flowers. Got a new set of backers, running backs in there with Tyler Gregory, 23, and David Jones, number 7. Again, David Jones with the ball. The second effort's going to put David into the end zone. Good run by David Jones.
I thought initially they had stopped him short of the end zone, but apparently he was able to get the football across the goal line, pick up the touchdown, and so back-to-back impressive drives to start this football game.
It was, and David bounced. Looked like they stood him up pretty good, but he kept twisting until he broke free there in the second or third effort and made a touchdown. So Houston Academy 13 and HA, and we have a flag there, Tony. I didn't see what that was.
I think they called a personal foul penalty. I don't know if it's dead ball or during the play. They're discussing whether or not it's a touchdown.
They've got 13 on the board. Let's see if they're going to take it off. And the officials got officials timeout, so they're going to sort this one out and see what's going on here.
I think they're discussing was the penalty before or after the play. If it was after he crossed the end zone, it'll be the penalty will come on the extra point. If not, it will be we'll have first and goal from For some reason, he called personal foul, marked off a 6-yard penalty. I'm not real sure about that one.
Coach Dahl didn't argue with him. He just kind of shook his head and walked off. So don't know what exactly that meant. But they're whining. They're saying it's 1st and goal. So we don't have a score from what I can tell. It's still 7-0 Houston Academy. This time Tyler Gregory with the ball. Tyler slips, ball got loose, and New Brockton's got it.
I say a huge turn of momentum right there, Jim. I tell you, you go from being up 14-0 to all of a sudden now they've got the football backed up at their own 9-yard line. But I tell you, that's a break for the Gamecocks. They're going to get the football back. No points on the board. So good stand by the defense right there.
And that's one of the things the coaching staff was talking about this ball game. They were worried about a wet ball. And I noticed Coach Dahl didn't say a whole lot to Tyler Gregory when he came off the field. It's hard to keep that ball dry in conditions like this.
Well, two things, too. One a wet football, and two, he fumbled trying to make extra effort to pick up additional yardage. So, you don't want to punish effort, and Tyler was giving good effort trying to pick up positive yards on the play. And unfortunately, turned the football over. So it's up to the defense now to get the ball back.
Still in the first quarter. 6:15 left on the clock, and New Brockton is on their own 11-yard line. 2nd down. That's McNair back to throw. Looked like the ball was deflected a little bit looked like Tarwater, number 32, might have got his hands on it. It was incomplete, though.
Unfortunately for the Raiders, that ball was not on target. If it had been on target, Robert Gurley had great coverage. He read the play, obviously from film study or something, because he knew exactly what was coming. He was directly in the passing lane. If that ball's on target, it's a pick 6. So a fortunate break for the Gamecocks, and he overthrew the ball.
That'll bring up a 3rd and 7 for New Brockton Gamecocks. This time we got twins on both sides with a man in motion. A little trap play, Tony, and didn't get the ball off to didn't get the ball.
Houston Academy's got the football, Jim. The ball was on the ground, and it's picked up by Josh Williford there. Good job by Josh. See the football on the ground, fall on it, and now we're right back in business, Jim. That's where a mistake offsets it by making a turnover. So we got the opportunity now to put points back on the board. We're going to have 1st down and 10 from about the 12-yard line.
So in the backfield, this time we got the Jones twins, Stanley and David. And this time David's got the ball, number 7. And David's looking for that end zone, and he's going to be real close. Probably going to spot it right at the 1. Good hard running again by David Jones.
Yeah, it was, and he needs to pass his brother on the back. Stanley made a great block right there on the corner to free him, let him get to that, to get to the outside a little bit there, and he was able to hit the seam and get down inside to 1, 1st and goal.
This time Watson's going to keep it, and he rolls in for the touchdown. And I don't see any flags on this play, no penalties. So Houston Academy gets back on the board with 13 and New Brockton 0.
Hey, Jim, good job going back to the defensive stand that the Raiders did, creating that turnover and getting the football back, and kind of make up for the mistake that was made on the fumble. Able to get points back on the board very quickly, take a quick 13-0 lead with the extra point to come from Ryan.
Ryan Watley boots it through. It looks good, and it is good. Houston Academy 14 and New Brockton 0. 5:27 left in the first quarter. Ryan Watley back to kick for Houston Academy. McNair deep for New Brockton. It's going to be a little punch kick to number 27. Oh, man, a great lick by Gurley about the time. Who was that? 27 picked up the ball, and they were looking for a fumble. That was Solomon Harris, and he was lucky to hang on that ball, Tony.
Yeah, I tell you, that's That's another week. Like I said, we didn't broadcast the games against Geneva County, but Robert Gurley has proven one thing this year: he will flat hit you, and he's not afraid to bring it. Put a little extra to you, but good job by that young man hanging on the football.
He is a physical football player with no doubt. This time we got twins on both sides. Back to throw is McNair being pressured, and McNair's going to keep the ball. Oh man, great lick by Tarwater. And I don't know who got the worst of that. Tarwater's helmet came flying off, and McNair bounces up. So good lick right there by both kids. Tarwater says, "Coach, I need a new helmet."
And I think his strap was messed up and his helmet popped off there. They got to give him a new chin strap, but they'll get him strapped back up, put him back in the game. But good positive yard for the Gamecocks on first down. They're going to have second down in about 1 at the HA 40 or at their own 42-yard line.
And again, McNair, number 12, is only in the 9th grade, Tony. Their quarterback. He's back to throw this time. He slipped a little bit, being pressured again. He's going to run it out. And he's going to be put down there by number 64, Tyler Jordan.
Yeah, good job out of the quarterback. He's keeping his composure and doing a good job of staying in that pocket, waiting for a lane to open up, and he's picking up 2 positive yards. Defense is going to take a timeout right here to talk about it a little bit.
First and 10 for the Gamecocks. McNair gives off to number 22. Good run, good first. Looks like close to a first down for the Gamecocks, Tony.
It's going to be a first down. He's down inside the 40-yard line, down about the 39-yard line. He's showed a good burst of speed, Jim. He fired off at the snap, kept his shoulders squared that line of scrimmage, got out behind his pads, ran real hard, and he's going to pick up about 14 yards on the carry. So right now the Gamecocks are putting together a pretty impressive drive.
That was Foster, number 22 for the Gamecocks, and Foster is a senior. Foster is back in the backfield, a single setback with twins. A man in motion, and McNair's back to throw. And it was caught, but I don't believe Gurley gave him anything. Maybe a yard on the play.
Good closing speed by Robert on the play. He came up, recognized the play again very early, and came up and put a nice lick on the young man. He will pick up maybe 2-3 yards on the play, but good coverage right there, good recognition by Robert.
Davis McLaughlin, 74, comes out of the ball game, and big Josh Williford goes in the ball game for Houston Academy. Twins left this time. 33 in motion, and again give it to Foster, and just nothing there. It looks like big Kurt Harris, number 71, in on the stop.
Yeah, he got a little help there from his buddy Josh Williford, and also Chase Givens in on the play, and just a good job by the defensive line right there of fighting off the blocks and making a play.
Steele Carnegie, number 55, goes in the ball game for Houston Academy. Going to bring up a third down and 6 for the Gamecocks. Got a man in motion, and they're throwing it out, and not a very good pass intended for
number 33, Magwood. Yeah, he was overthrown a little bit there on the play, and I tell you, Jim, the guy coming in motion was very quick, almost turned upfield a little bit too early, and they ended up with 4th down. I anticipate them going for this right here. They've got some type of substitution package coming on the field for the offense, but I wouldn't anticipate a punt. Down 14-0 still in their first quarter, and by far their best field position in the game, but they are going to line up in punt formation. Again, trips left and trips right.
Whit Kelly, number 58, goes into the ball game. And that's what they're going to do, throw it across the middle, and they're going to call that an incomplete pass. But 2 good licks there by 22, Flowers and Gurley, and the 2 you do not want to get hit by.
Yeah, good job right there by the defense. The defensive unit stayed on the field, Jim, and just dropped Stanley back to punt return formation, but the defense stayed basically in a base set defense. A good recognition, and nice lick to cause that ball to be incomplete.
So the ball's going to go over on downs, and Houston Academy will have the ball at their own 35-yard line, 1st and 10, 2:33 left here in the first quarter, and that is Stanley Jones with the ball with a pickup of 3 on the play.
A good hard run by Stanley, just kind of squared his shoulders to the line of scrimmage and picked up what he could. Picked up maybe 3 on the play and sets up about 2nd down and 7.
Looks like the rain might have moved out again, Tony. We just got a good breeze going, but a very wet field here at Northcutt Park tonight. Again, Jones with the ball, and Ho closed in. Pretty good tackle there by number 27 for New Brockton.
Solomon Harrison on the tackle, Jim. Nice job of him. He fought off a block there, made a tackle. Stanley picked up about 6 yards, maybe 5 yards of play. Going to be 3rd and 4.
It's time we split Nunley out to the right. Stanley and David Jones, and they're going to quick pitch back to David Jones, number 7. David's got a hole. Oh, man, David. Great run there by David Jones. What a burst of speed he has got.
Yeah, I think David showing Stanley's not the only Jones with a little bit of speed. He showed a great burst of speed. Once he broke through that initial tackler, and he had an easy route if he could have seen the hole. It's easy for us to see. He goes to the left, middle of the field was wide open, but he kept his balance, kept his feet, and just turned on the speed and was able to get to the end zone. Great run by David.
I think David has gotten tired of looking at his brother score so much this year. And this is the 3rd ball game we've seen him play, get a little bit better every game. We saw in Geneva last week. He's got a burst of speed there that Stanley doesn't have. Those first 30 yards, I think he can outrun Stanley. But after that, his brother will definitely beat him in a horse race. Good extra point there by Houston Academy, and that's Houston Academy 21 and New Brockton 0. What do you got to say about that?
I'm going to go on record and tell the 2 Jones twins that I got nothing to do with this. That's all Jim. So, I put my money on either one of you, so I'm going to leave that up for you guys to prove to us. Maybe you guys can race one afternoon and we'll come watch it. It'll be kind of fun to see, but I tell you what, we've been blessed to have those 2 young men in our program and especially in our backfield at the same time. So
we have. We've come up, and you have to credit this coaching staff for the weapons we continue to come up, and they keep adding every week. And this ball team, we have several very good backs now that we see, and we saw last week we also have a passing game. And I think we're just getting ready for the playoffs, Tony. We're kind of getting fine-tuned here from what I can see and getting this ball team ready. We're the number 1 team in the state, and you gotta fine tune and get ready for the playoffs.
Well, and when you are the number 1 team, you've got a target on your back every time you play. And of course, when you get to the playoffs, everything's equal. But every team you've played, and we've carried that number 1 ranking now for 4 straight game, and so I believe it's 4, maybe 5 games in a row. But that you got a target on your back when you're the number 1 team in the state. And everybody wants to say they beat the team that was number 1. So you better bring it every night if you're number 1. And these kids, credit the kids. I mean, they put forth the effort to get better, and they work hard, and they deserve everything they get.
Ryan Wiley's kicking it low, which is unusual for him tonight, and it's going to be taken by number 22, and he stumbles around, and I guess a wet field, and decides just to go ahead and cover up the ball. So they're going to take it right there on their own 15-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 Gamecocks.
Well, that's a nice way to do this, Jim. You got a wet ball, you got a wet field. Kick that thing across the ground good and hard. It's going to pick up more water on the way to him, and as you could tell, it was difficult for him to pick the football up. So that's even more effective there than kicking it out of the end zone. We've got him back now just outside the 15-yard line with a chance again defensively to get hopefully a quick 3 and out and get good field position again.
And Coach Burkett, if he's the kicking coach, if we said something to him, I'm sure he's got some reason why he's kicking that ball like that. The ball's too heavy tonight, the air is too thick, or whatever. He's got a good reason why he's doing that. Pick up on the play of about 2 yards. So it'll be 2nd and 8 for the Gamecocks. Clock's moving. 57 seconds left here in the first quarter. Houston Academy is leading this ball game 21-0 here at homecoming at Northcutt Field tonight for Houston Academy. Got him spread out over the field, Tony. Back to throw is McNair. He's got a man open. Great play there by, that's
Alec Kramer. Job of breaking on the football, avoiding the receiver and still breaking up the pass. He took the exact angle you need to take, got his hand extended away from the receiver and was able to bat that ball away. And so great job by Alec Kramer over here on the corner. You know, he's out there on an island. He's one-on-one coverage with this receiver split wide to this side, and he did a great job of coverage right there.
Again, McNair's back to throw. Going across the middle. Man, I tell you, we had, all I see is H.A. Blue out there covering that guy. I don't even know how he got his hands on it.
No, it went right off the hand of the intended receiver, and that was number 44, Seth Culverhouse, and good coverage again by the secondary. He had a small area to throw the football into, and almost made a great pass, but just a little bit off his fingertips there. So again, we're going to have him in punt formation and an opportunity to get the football back in good field position.
Got Stanley back deep again, number 5. He's standing at his own 50-yard line, anticipating this punt from number 33 for New Brockton. Kick it right to Stanley. He's going to take it at his own 45. He's looking for a seam, and just kind of slips down, but good coverage there by New Brockton.
And he lost his footing a little bit, and it kind of sort of wasn't able to get his foot in to make that cut, so he was going to be down right there. I'll tell you right now, Jim, we're going to see something kind of special. Kobe Martin's going into quarterback, and that's a young man who had a damaged knee in baseball and has missed his senior year, and he's going to go in at quarterback right here and run a play, and I tell you, that just speaks wonders for Kobe. I'm so proud for him to get the opportunity to do this. You know, he's missed the entire year, was an outstanding linebacker for us, been a great player, was our backup quarterback, and I'm so proud to see that he's getting this opportunity.
And that is Kobe in the shotgun, and Kobe's back to throw. And we'll say that ball slipped that time. He was looking for Jones down on the left side. He was going to throw it deep to Jones. So Kobe gets his fame, I guess, his senior year being hurt.
That's just great. I'm proud for that kid. He's a great kid.
He is a great kid.
In spite of his dad, he's a good kid, and I'm proud he got that opportunity. You know, we truly miss him. He was our outside linebacker, and
he was.
Nothing against anybody else, but you know, a senior linebacker that we've missed all season. He got hurt in baseball, damaged knee, had to have surgery on that knee, and doctors cleared him to do what he just did. Take a snap, get a play, and I believe that his doctor told him if he didn't fall down immediately or get rid of that ball, he'd come out there and tackle him. So glad to see Kobe got a chance to do it.
So that's going to bring an end of the first quarter here at Northcutt Field. Houston Academy 21 and New Brockton 0. And we'll be right back to bring you the second quarter. Okay, Tony, here we go with the second quarter. Jim Boone, Tony Johnson here at Northcutt Field tonight. And I don't know who had the ball. That's that smash mouth football, that tight set, Tony, and you can't tell half the time who's got the ball.
Well, that's what that offense is designed for. It's a double wing. We call it the Raider set. And you kind of get them back there. It's hard to pick up the football. That was a little quick toss to Stanley. Takes off right tackle, picks up about 4, go put us in 4th and 4. But looks like we're going to go for it and stay in that Raider set.
They got Tarwater in the backfield. I see that. And it looks like maybe, Stanley Jones, number 5, with the ball.
Yeah, like Kobe going back into the football game again. So I guess he somehow talked his way into an extra play or two. But,
he sure did.
Kobe.
So Kobe Martin, number 12, back in the ball game. And Kobe's going to go for the shotgun. And got Stanley split over here. So guess what? He's got some blocking back there, and they're going to try to throw it up for Stanley. Oh,
nice effort.
Man. And we're going to have pass interference. I believe that was probably on Stanley. What do you think? I saw a little push on the offensive side.
They're going to call on Stanley, but I saw the young man's arm extended from the defensive side. So if you extend that arm and reach and grab, they may call that defensive holding, but we'll wait and see. But not a bad throw by Kobe.
No. What was that, a 40-yard throw?
Yeah. Wet conditions into the wind, so he gave him 2 shots at it, and You get him a high five or two over on the sideline.
Yeah, they're going to call that offensive pass interference to Stanley. He tried to push that defender out of his way where he could get to the ball.
Well, if he's in the way, you got to move him. So
he wanted to catch that ball so bad for Kobe.
Well, that's a tight-knit group. These kids have played together for so long.
Oh, absolutely.
And
most seniors this year.
We talked about the first of the year, how devastating it is that your senior year and you get an injury, and Kobe has kept his spirits up, kept his head high, and he's been at every game supporting him on that sideline, and I'm just glad he got the opportunity to at least try. Just walking on that field, it's got to mean a lot in your senior year. So we'll be back way up now, Jim. We got 1st and 25, and we're in that double wing offense.
And that's David Jones with the ball. I had to wait and see that they broke the line, see who had the ball, number 7. And David's going to pick up about 7, 8 yards on the play.
A little inside reverse off that double wing, and hopefully you hope that defensive chase Stanley, you get to the inside, come back to the other side. But we picked up about 7, 8 yards on the play. Still leaves us down in about, they're showing it 3rd 20, but I believe we're at 2nd and 20.
Again, Stanley Jones with the ball. After he broke through, I could call his number. Stanley Jones, number 5, runs about a 44-yard touchdown, Stanley Jones.
Yeah, good job by Stanley of seeing that hole to the left, and he kept his balance on this slippery field. And that's about the same spot he slipped in on a punt return. So did a good job keeping his balance, cutting to the outside, and got to the green grass ahead of him. So 44-yard run by Stanley. 27-0 with the extra point to come, Jim.
I doubt very seriously you see Stanley Jones in the second half, Tony. I heard some talk about he needed to keep his yardage up to get football player of the year or something.
Well, I think they're looking at the rushing title, and I believe
rushing title. That's what it was. Yeah,
they're projecting the number that it would take for him to get it, and I'd love to see Stanley get that, but more importantly, I'd like to see him healthy come state playoff time. So
sure.
If we work out, we get them both, that'd be wonderful. But because Stanley deserves anything he gets, I tell you, that young man's meant a lot to our program, and he'll be one of the first ones to tell you he doesn't gain a yard without his offensive line. Every time I've read anything that Stanley said or listened to him talk, he gives credit where that credit's due, and that's that offensive line. You don't gain a yard without them blocking somebody, and they've done a great job for Stanley this year of opening up holes.
They sure have. Got a little sprinkles coming back. So halftime festivities for homecoming, Tony. If you was not the Pepper Rally today, you missed them, buddy. They were indoors.
Yeah, I moved them indoors because of the rain, and I'm sure those young girls and those pretty dresses are glad they did that, because I don't think they'd want to get out there in this rain. So I'm happy for them. They'll stop and play. I think the medical staff's going to go and check on a young man from New Brockton. So
yeah, Coach. Dr. Robinson went over to check out their injured player. So I think we're ready to kick it off now. Coming down pretty good now, Tony. We hadn't had this heavy a rain tonight.
Yeah, I was going to tell you, you lied to me. You said the rain was gone.
Well, that's what the radar showed. Ryan Watley back to kick, and Ryan put his foot in that one, Tony. And there's what we were used to right there.
Yeah, that's a nice kickoff right there. I'm telling you, if you're on the return kick coverage team, you like to see that ball bounce to the end zone. You can kind of kick back a little bit and not run so hard, especially in the mud and the wet.
So New Brockton to take it at their own 20-yard line.
And it's starting to rain a little bit harder, Jim, every second, so I'm never going to believe you're not going to be a weatherman.
You're right about that. Number 15, Robert Andre's in the ball game now in the safety spot. Going again with Tarwater's back there. James Gannon over here on this side. That's McNair, and pretty good lick. I see Chase Gibbons on the stop, along with Davis Flowers.
Yeah, good job of defending the option right there. They ran the option, and Tyler took away the pitch man, and Chase came off his block and put a nice lick on the quarterback for about a gain, maybe half yard.
Second and 8 for New Brockton. Quick pitch out to Foster. Oh man, he's fighting off blocks, but it looks like Tyler Jordan brought him down for the count.
There was some Raiders flying to the football. I saw guys flying everywhere out there. I tell you what, the players don't mind the rain and the wet. At least it's cool. They look at it, it's not freezing cold, it's not hot, it's a little wet. You know what? You're going to be wet anyway. You might as well just play hard and have some fun with it and make the best of a bad situation. But the rains are picking up. The wind's not died down a bit. So that's wet and windy. Having fun. How about you, Jim?
Keep that clock moving. No, man, we're having a great time. Friday night football. You can't beat it.
No.
You know, Northview and Dothan's playing tonight.
That's right. Got to cross town right for the 6A schools here in town tonight. So I'm sure they're having as much fun as we are.
Yep. Back to throw is McNair. Got number 44 open over here. He caught the ball and it's going to be run out of bounds by Gurley.
Yeah, he just found a spot in his zone that was open and settled in a little bit, made a nice throw, nice catch, going to pick up first down.
Seth Culverhouse, number 44, receiver for the Gamecocks. So, yeah, be spotted at the 44. 8:43 left here in this first half. And, Tony, I hope our hats don't blow off tonight.
Yeah, it's starting to pick up a little bit more and more and more, but I think we'll be all right. I'll go down and get me a cheeseburger at halftime, weigh me down a little bit more.
I hear you. McNair's back to throw. He's looking over on the left side and just missed there by number 27, Harris for New Brockton. So that'll bring up a third down and 10 for New Brockton.
Hey, Jim, I hate to sound selfish here, but I sure would like to see them keep running the football to keep the clock running.
Check that'll be second and 10 for New Brockton. Yeah, I would too, Tony. Let's keep it on the ground and keep that clock moving. 28-0 favor Houston Academy. Woo!
Nice
Somebody
blitz.
named Davis Flowers shot the hole that time, Tony.
Yeah, nice little gut blitz by the defense. They just shot the gaps, and there was somebody to pick him up. And good job of disguising the blitz. They didn't tip their hand too early, and just shot those gaps, and no one there to block Davis. And it's not a good thing to miss number 22. Somebody needs to account for him.
No, that's for sure.
Freshman or not, I'm sure that young quarterback's telling them, how about finding 22 next play?
And that's going to bring up a loss of 3 on the play, so it's going to bring up a third and 13 for the New Brockton Gamecocks. McNair puts the man in motion, and he's going to give it that. Another good look by Joe Tallwater. Joe's having a great game tonight, 32.
Well, that was a good job by Joe. Again, coming on the blitz, and he recognized that. And he took his angle to the outside and was able to make a tackle. But throw a little wrinkle at him right there, show a little blitz at him, couple blitz packages at him. We're going to have James again is going to drop back there and return this punt. Fourth and about 17, 18 yards. So, again, another good series by the defense of the Raiders.
So Stanley might be it for him tonight, putting James Gannon back there to catch this punt. And give James a little bit of experience. They're trying to kick it away from James, and it's going to go out of bounds at the 36-yard line. 37-yard line for New Brockton. So it'll bring up first and 10 for HA. And I imagine we're going to see some subs here, Tony?
Possibly. They may go again, stay with the base one offense until the in the first half. And we're fortunate right now. We got a 28-point lead, and we got next week off, and the state playoffs will begin. So you want to get your starters a little more reps, and hopefully we get in here at halftime and let some subs play in the second half, and try to avoid some injuries.
And they are going to keep Stanley and David back in the backfield. Watson down, still quarterback in number 14 for Houston Academy. Quick pitch out to Jones. He's got a hole. He's trying to get on that outside, and that's Culverhouse trying to run him out of bounds, number 33, and he does run him out of bounds, bring up a first down for Houston Academy. Good run by Jones. Yeah,
and great recognition by Watson Downs. Watson does a good job, all season he has since he started playing, but he recognized the defensive set they were in at the end, lined up over the end, and so there was nobody out there, and you got Michael in the corner, did a great job letting Stanley get by, and so he checked into a really good play right there for the offense, and good job of getting on the corner by Stanley.
This time Watson's going to roll out to throw, and he's looking downfield, and he's got Matt Reagan wide open, and Matt's going to take it down to the 2-yard line. Good throw and catch by Watson and Reagan.
Great job right there of a play call by the offense. Stay in your base offense, and that was a nice throw, nice catch. Good job by Matt getting the open field, catching a wet football, and he's going to carry it down. I know he wanted to get that extra 3 yards there, getting to the end zone, but Raiders going to call a timeout, have first and goal inside the 5.
Going to bring up a first and goal for Houston Academy. Ball is resting at the 3-yard line. Clock's moving, 6:32 left here in the first half. Going to give it to David Jones. David Jones, number 7, is going to take it in for the score. Good job there by David Jones. Good blocking by that offensive line.
Yeah, the line right now is just absolutely winning that battle line of scrimmage. They have the entire first half, and we've been able to score 5 touchdowns, Jim. We still got 6 minutes and 26 seconds to go in the first half. So I think that the coaches are getting what they hope for, and that you can't ask for more this now. Your players come out and play hard, and you score on 5 of your 6 possessions in the first half.
34-0. And I don't think Ryan made that one.
I think somebody got a hand on it a little bit.
They did? Okay, well, I saw a wide right. So going to bring up a score of Houston Academy 34 and New Brockton 0. Ryan Watley back to kick for Houston Academy.
They changed up on it, Jim.
You know what? They did. Number 18's back to kick.
Rusty Cook, I believe, isn't that correct?
That's what the program says, but I didn't know Rusty Cook could kick.
Well, somebody did, and we're going to kick it down about the 10-yard line. Not a bad kick.
And that was number 22, Foster for New Brockton.
Nice turn, about 20 yards, and get the ball out to about the 30-yard line. I'm not sure if that's Rusty or not. That's what our program says, but they all look the same in that face and the helmet. So
I think that's Will Andre, but
could be. Regardless, he made a nice little kickoff, kicks the ball down the 10-yard line, and
absolutely
we lock them up there and get them down at about the 30-yard line. So they're going to have the ball first and 10 from there. So 6:17 to go in the half, Jim. We've got a 34-0 score, and defense is still out there wanting to make a 3 and out.
6:17 left in the half. Tyler Jordan in on the stop. No gain, probably a loss of a play right there by Tyler Jordan, and Davis Flowers in on the stop. I see Lit Flowers going in, and also Kurt Harris going in the ball game for Houston Academy.
I think we're going to run some players in and out here on the defensive front here, probably for the remainder of the game, or at least for the remainder of the half. Second half, they'll probably get a lot more playing time out of some substitutes. And some of these kids that worked hard in practice and deserve some playing time.
Yeah, he put Nunley back in the safety position. Throw out here to number 44. Still on his feet. It's going to be brought down. 2 missed tackles there. Brought down by 32, which is Joe Tarwater. But bring up a first down for Brockton. Number 44, Culverhouse. We've called his name a couple times tonight. Good catch there by Culverhouse.
Yeah, I think that they've shown pretty quickly here that that's definitely his favorite receiver. He looks for him on the pass plays here, and he's completed 2 long passes to him, and so gets down inside Raider territory, inside of our 50 at about the 47, 48-yard line.
We got a 9th grader throwing to a 9th grader. How about that? Culverhouse is a 9th grader. We talked about McNair, the quarterback. Their quarterback's a 9th grader. A lot of pressure here by Houston Academy, and he was lucky to even get back to the line of scrimmage, being chased in there by Kurt Harris and big Josh Wolford and Joe Tarwater. A lot of pressure. Yeah,
again, came with a blitz package there and was able to get some pressure on him. He almost got away from that, Jim. I tell you, he did a good job of eluding that first man, and he's just glad to get out there and picking up about a gain, maybe a half yard on the play.
Houston Academy leading this ball game 34-0 over New Brockton.
Our Twins left, and I got a slot back over here too. I didn't see him. There he goes in motion, Jim. I didn't see him stand over here.
That's McNair back to throw. And they're going to call that an incomplete pass. I thought it was going to be picked off by
Robert Cleveland, number 3.
Cleveland. He had a shot at it, but didn't go for it, or maybe didn't get there quite early enough.
Well, we show him a little bit different defensive package. That's Robert plays that right defensive end, and he dropped back into coverage and did a good job of reading it. Just didn't quite be able to get there, but ball goes in and out of the hands of the intended receiver. So we got 3rd down and 10, Jim, still at the Houston Academy 47-yard line.
McNair back to throw again, and being pressured this time, and going to be brought down by Robert Cleveland, the one we were just talking about, number 3. Good job, Robert Cleveland.
Well, I think Robert decided if I can't intercept the pass, I'll just go sack him. So good job by Robert right there, getting to the quarterback and getting your hands on him, don't turn him loose and bring him to the ground for a loss of about 7 yards. So again, puts New Brockton to a punting situation, 4th down and 17. And again, this punt formation with trips to either side, and it's a strange-looking thing, but it's worked for them so far.
Got them spread out this time. You think it's going to be a pass? No, we're going to kick the ball. And they're going to let it go dead there at their own 20-yard line.
Yeah, we're going to get the ball with 3:20 to go in the half, Jim, at the 20. And it looks like we're I'll roll back out there with our one offense again, and it should be final series of the first half. Hopefully, if we hang on to the football with 3 minutes and 20 seconds. But again, a good job by the defense. They've come out and get another good series and gets the offense football back.
Quick pitch back to Stanley. Stanley's still on his feet.
Well, I think Stanley thought Davis was I almost said South Carolina Gamecock. They look like the South Carolina New Brockton Gamecock, and I think he thought he was supposed to get clocked. But
is that why he went down like that?
I would have if I'd have been him.
I couldn't figure that one out. That's not like Stanley to go down that easy.
Either that or he slipped, but if it were me and I thought that was somebody about to clock me in the back, I might have slipped down too.
David Gannon over here, number 4, split wide left. That's David Jones with the ball. First down. Good pickup by David Jones.
I think Stanley's got a little blood on his elbow. We're going to have to wipe him off.
Davis Flowers, 22, goes in the ball game. David Jones, number 7, in there in the backfield. And splitting Gannon wide left this time. This time give it to big Davis Flowers, number 22. One man to stop him, and you know Davis, he's not going to go around him. He's going to run right over him, which he did.
Davis knows his bread and butter straight ahead. So.
Yeah.
Well, good run by Davis.
It was.
Showed pretty good burst of speed there. Taking them off the middle, going to pick up a good 20-25 yards on the carry. So 2:04 to go in the first half, and Raiders driving again inside the Gamecock territory.
It's time to give it again to Davis Flowers, and Davis is still on his feet fighting for yardage, and Davis is going to pick up about, to see where they spot it, maybe 6 yards on the play. Good hard running by Davis Flowers.
A minute 36 to go here in the first half. Clock's 10 to run, and we're going to send Stanley back into the game. Yeah, Stanley's going back in the game also. So wholesale substitutions.
Yeah, that's Davis Jones and Brian Vukovic coming out of the ball game. Watson's going to fake that give to Stanley. He's going to keep the ball. Good hard running there by Watson Downs, and it's going to be pretty close. Well, it's going to pick up a couple on the play, so it'll bring up a 3rd down and 4 to go for Houston Academy for first down.
We're down to 40 seconds, Jim. Inside of 40 now. Go here in the first half. So nice job by the defensive front right there. I can't get that young man's number, but he shot the gap, came in and was able to tackle Stanley for a loss of about 5 yards on the play. So
22. That's Foster, number 22.
Yeah, he did a good job shooting the gap. The Raiders going to call a timeout with 24 seconds to go here in the first half. Yeah, he'll get the corner.
That's Stanley back, and quick pitch back to Jones, and just Stanley slipped on. That field's getting pretty rough out there. We can see it up here. They've torn up that center of the field pretty good tonight.
Yeah, you know, I've seen 3 or 4 players slip in that exact area right there between the 50 and what's right now South Carolina's 40. That field must be a little muddy, a little slippery in that area, because I've seen several slide down right in that.
Did you say South Carolina 40? I swear I think you said South Carolina 40. That is the Gamecocks, but that's New Brockton over there.
That's the second time I did. They look like South Carolina. I just hope that's not Steve Spurrier coaching them.
I doubt that very seriously. Brockton's going to have the ball at midfield. It'll be 1st and 10, 12 seconds left here in the first half. McNair's, we got whistles blowing, and they're going to blow it dead. We got a probably encroachment, maybe somebody lined up off sides.
Usually blow a play dead, it's going to be an offensive penalty, but I've learned to quit guessing. Told you. That's why I quit guessing.
How about HA line up offside?
Usually you get to play and then you get the choice between the two, but I've seen that now, and I've seen a 5-yard personal foul penalty, so I'm not real sure what's going on tonight.
They're going to mark it off 5 against us anyway. Davis Flowers shoots the gap again. Long throw out there. Going to be intercepted by Alan Kramer, number 10. He's running down the sideline. And Allen's going to step out of bounds, and they're going to blow him dead. And that's going to be the end of the first half. So, Tony, end of the first half, Houston Academy leads this ball game 34-0. We got halftime. We got all kind of entertainment coming up here at Northcutt Field tonight. A little soggy field out there, but we will bring you halftime. So, Jim Boone, Tony Johnson, we'll be back just a few minutes to bring you halftime. Tony, we're getting ready to start the second half here. Houston Academy will be kicking off in the second half.
This time, Jim, it is Ryan kicking for us, so we're going to.
Yeah, you know what that was? Will Andre a while ago.
Okay.
Kicking off number 18. That time, it, like you said, was Wiley, and he did kick it in the end zone, so New Brockton to take it at their own 20. I found out some interesting stats at halftime. New Brockton's got 18 rushing yards so far in the ball game. Stanley Jones has got 186 yards, and David Jones has got 96 yards. So we're going to see Stanley for a couple more series. He's trying to get over 200 yards for this game to get the stats that you were talking about earlier in the broadcast. So they'll bring Brockton up for the 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Coach Dollar seemed at talking at halftime that the game is where he wanted it to be, and going to play a few more of the starters and then give some of these boys that work real hard every week that don't get in the ball game to get some playing time. And that's number 12 with the ball. McNair with the ball is going to be close to a 1st down.
Yeah, it is going to be. He's going to quarterback keeper. They're going to pick up about 11.5, 12 yards on play for a 1st down. Came out, ran a little quick option and a little speed option there. He was able to get up the field and pick up a 1st down.
Robert Cleveland comes out of the ball game. Got Gurley in there and Stanley Jones, Robert Andre, number 15, is in there in that corner position. James Gannon over here on this corner. And that's Davis Flowers, number 22, riding McNair, number 12, down. Pick up maybe 2 on the play. So it'll bring up a 3rd down, 2nd down, and 8 for New Brockton.
That was a straight dive, and Davis did a good job of recognizing and making the tackle to a minimum gain. But looks like New Brockton is going to come out with a little fire in their belly. You know, they want to get the 0 off the board. No one wants to get shut out, and they're going to play hard, I'm sure, the 2nd half. Like a fumbled snap again there, Jim. He's able to pick it up and give it to the tailback on the play up the middle, and that's Mac Wood on the carry, and looks like Tyler Jordan on the tackle along with Kurt Harris.
So play picked up 2 yards on the play, so it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 5 for New Brockton. Wind's really picking up, Tony. I believe the rain might be gone now, but we're going to have to contend with the wind here in the 2nd half. It's blowing hard up here on the top of the press box.
The wind's blowing hard. I'm not going to believe you about the rain going. I put faith in you last time you lied to me. So
being pressured there at quarterback is going to be intercepted by Robert Gurley. Robert Gurley showing some speed, trying to get to that outside. And there goes Robert Gurley for a touchdown. Great run from Robert Gurley, a 50-yard touchdown run by Robert Gurley. How about that, Tony?
Yeah, nice job. You know, Robert started the season in the backfield and then was moved to that wing position. He does an outstanding job at that wing position of blocking and allowing us to go in the corner, but he showed right there he's capable of doing something with the football when he gets it. Again, on defense, he's in the right spot, made a good read, intercepted the pass, and cut it, took it all the way across the field. He ran about 100 yards to gain a 50-yard touchdown return.
There you go. You know, had big Luke Griffith in there putting pressure on the quarterback. And bad snap here, and that's Ryan Watley trying to do something with the ball and got rid of it, and so the point after will be no good. So Houston Academy 40 and New Brockton 0.
Well, a quick score, Jim. You know, you take an interception, a pick 6, and you know, we're 2 minutes, 10 seconds in and was able to get a defensive score out of it. And, you know, that's 3 or 4 defensive touchdowns I think we've got on the year. So,
yep.
You know, a defense likes to score, and Robert, you know, he got his hand on the football. He obviously knows what to do with it. So, nice return on the interception.
I believe Will is a 10th grader, and I believe Robert is a 11th grader. A lot of subs going in and out. Coaches are trying to count, make sure they got enough out there. Now they got a lot of clean jerseys out there right now. We're trying to call some of these names, Tony. We hope our program is up to date here, our roster that we have.
Yeah, let the moms and dads know if we get it wrong, it's because it's on the roster roll.
That's right. We got so many doggone players, which is a good thing to have. We got double numbers, so we'll do our best to call the right numbers. Good kick by Will Andre down to the 10-yard line. Ooh, good lick there by somebody, and a great run by New Brockton down to the Houston Academy 48-yard line. Good long run. Ball was taken at about the 10-yard line.
Yeah, it was. I believe that was Torrey Kirkland on the stop. But great return by young man from New Brockton. It's going to set them up in Houston Academy territory again, Jim, at about the Raider 47-yard line. I believe that's only their second trip in our territory, and last time we got a sack, pushed them back. So, you know, a little bit of a challenge here for the defense, Jim. They're going to start their possession in our territory.
McNair still quarterbacking for New Brockton. And off to number 22 for them. I believe that's Foster with the ball.
He had Tyler Jordan and Davis Flowers, two of the linebackers on the stop, and he did pick up about 5.5 yards on the play. So a nice run on first down for the Gamecocks. They're in the I formation, and that deep eye, he's about 7-8 yards off the ball.
Ball given off again to Foster. Good explosive speed there, and looks like he got a first down on the play.
They caught the defense in a blitz right there, and he was able to get in that seam past the blitzers, and Joe Tarwater makes a stop right there. It could have been a really big game, but they're going to pick up about 6-7 yards to pick up the first down. Gets the ball down inside the 40 to about the 36-yard line.
McNair quarterbacking in I formation. Looks like Houston Academy had a little movement there on the line, Tony.
I told you I'm through guessing on penalties, but well, obviously it's against Houston Academy. He's already walking it down before we ever give the signal, but all sides on the defense going to put it first down and 5.
So it will be a 1st and 5 for the Gamecocks.
Good job by Joe Tarwater.
Is that Tarwater? Yeah, it's McNair trying to keep the ball and brought down by Joe Tarwater.
A good read of the option and went to the quarterback and made a tackle, and got even no gain. So we're now at 2nd down and 5 after that penalty on first. So 2nd and 5 defense here. You know, these guys, a little pride kicks in. You don't want to give up any points. So going to try to hold them where we got them.
Well, that's what you call game tackling, I guess, Tony.
That's the pile moving. It was moving sideways for a while and moved forward a little bit, but good leg drive, both offensively and defensively. That was like a rugby play, but we may have held him just short of the first down, possibly. I believe it's going to bring up 3rd down at about maybe a yard, maybe a little less than a yard. So nice effort right there by the offensive lineman, the defensive front, linebackers. Everybody's pushing and driving, tugging and pulling, and able to get him down just short of the first down.
Making some substitutes here. It looks like Steele Carnegie, number 55. Nope, didn't go into play.
They broke a quick huddle on him. And
Coach Anderson was trying to get him in the ball game. And look at here, that's 22. And we got a flag thrown back behind the ball. That's going to be interesting to see what that was.
I think we're going to have a hold. I know Tyler was pointing and yelling and screaming about something, so possibly he got held a little bit.
That was Foster there, running back number 22. with the ball, and probably one of the biggest gains they've had all night. But we're going to have to see what this penalty is all about.
Well, Tyler was lobbying hard for a holding call or something. I'm not real sure what the call is. Now he looks a little frustrated, so maybe it's a call against Houston Academy.
Tyler is not happy, is he?
He looks a little frustrated. He might hit somebody on this play.
Tyler saying, "Coach, it was them, not me." So they're going to call a personal foul on Houston Academy, and got some puzzled coaches here to exactly what did happen there.
Regardless, it's going to give the Gamecocks first and goal down at about the 9-yard line. So,
and it was way behind the play, Tony. It was 20 yards behind the play. Oh well. First and goal for the Gamecocks. Time 22 again. That's Foster with the ball, and he's going to take it down to about the 4-yard line, 5-yard line.
That's good hard running right up the middle, and I think Davis in on the tackle, and so they're going to push a little bit closer to the goal line, second to goal from about the 4.
They're going to put big Josh. Josh Woolford goes in there, and also, that was Lit Flowers, 68, also going in there. So Coach Dollar's trying to keep him out of the end zone here. 5:56, 5:54 left in the third quarter. Houston Academy leading this ball game 40-0 against New Brockton.
Nice little spin move to the inside, but I tell you, that's
closed quick, didn't it?
Yeah, good job by Davis and Josh out here shutting that down and making the tackle. When he cut back to the inside, he's going to lose about 2, get back out to the 5-yard line. Right, third and goal from the 5, and Brockton's going to call a timeout and discuss it.
New Brockton at the Houston Academy 5-yard line, third and goal for the Gamecocks. Got a man in motion. That's McNair, number 9. Oh man, being pressured. Tony, did you get that number?
I think that Tyler Jordan.
Oh, Tyler Jordan. They done made Tyler mad here, brother.
A nice effort by Tyler, and also Robert Cleveland from the other side. And good pressure up the middle also by the defensive front. They did a little pressure on the quarterback. Looks like they're going to try a field goal here, Jim. It's going to be about a 30-yard field goal.
You don't want to call a personal foul on Tyler Jordan, because you watch out the next play. You done set him off. Great play there by Tyler.
Andy Brock's going to call timeout again and talk about it. I don't.
Tony, it looks like they're gonna go for a field goal here. Think it's going to be a fake?
A good possibility. It just depends on if they want to give this young man a chance to kick a field goal or not.
What's it going to be, a 30-yard field goal here to place the ball down at the 21? No, he's going to kick it. It looks like it's all to the left. Yeah.
Looks like one of my golf shots, hooked to the left.
So, no good there. New Brockton tries to get on the board, kicking the field goal. 31-yard field goal, which was no good. So Houston Academy still leads this ball game 40-0.
And Jim, you know, I was sitting here realizing that New Brockton's had the football the entire third quarter. You know, we got 7 points off interception, pick 6, but
that's true.
It's our first offensive possession of the second half.
And yes, and looks like we got the #1 offense in there. Still got the 2 Jones boys in the backfield, Stanley and David. Going quick pitch to Stanley. Stanley's got some yardage. Stanley's still on his feet. He's got 1 tackle to make. And Stanley.
Great job of staying in bounds.
Great job there by Stanley Jones.
Outstanding job of staying in bounds, and he's going to pick up 80 yards on the run.
I don't know how he stayed in bounds.
I have no idea. But he did a great job of keeping his balance, staying in bounds. A little tightrope action on down the sideline, and That's an 80-yard score for Stanley. So great run by Stanley. Possibly the last time young man to get the football tonight, but he made the most of that opportunity.
Had one man to beat here at the 50-yard line, and I thought for sure he got him, but a great move there by Jones. And like you said, tiptoed down the sideline, and once he got on the 40, there's no catching Stanley Jones. So brings up a score now, 46-0 for the Raiders over New Brockton. And that is Will Andre back to kick the extra point. Ball's down, it's up, and it is no good off to the right, it looks like. So trying to give Will Andre a little chance there to kick the extra points. So that'll bring 4:33 left here in the third quarter with Houston Academy leading. Will Andre kicking off again for Houston Academy, number 18. Got a lot of subs in there now, Tony. A lot of clean jerseys, it looks like, for Houston Academy.
Yeah, we were talking about there during that short break that looks like Stanley's night's done. They're taking his wraps off, and he had another outstanding night tonight. You know, 1 carry in the second half for 80 yards, that's pretty good average.
Pretty good kick there by Andre, take it at the 10-yard line. It'll be brought down by number 55 for Houston Academy. Is that Steele?
That's Steele. Good job of getting in on the tackle and wrapping him up, and they're going to get the football at about the 25-yard line. And it's like a lot of young men run onto the football field, hadn't played much, but it's good to see them get the opportunity to play game action. It's homecoming. It's the last regular season game of the year, and so good to see those young men out there playing. And Jim, don't have a heart attack. That number 5 playing left defensive end is not Stanley Jones. They've doubled up on the number 5.
That's J.H. Johnson in there, number 5. Jared Metcalf, number 37. And in on the stop that time was Steele Carnegie, number 55. 76 is a big hoss out there. That's Drew Coleman. 72 is Burkhart McLaughlin.
And a lot of young men out there. We're basically looking at most of the JV players out there on the defensive side of football right now.
Yep. Torrey Kirkland's out there, number 6. I see him. Back to throw is McNair. Little swing pattern out to the side. Tony, what? We got 2 55s out there, I do believe. Yep, Steele Carnegie and Britton Owens. So we got 2 55s.
They're going to try to make it difficult.
So we're going to call both their names when they make a tackle, because we don't know which one's which from up here.
Steele's at middle linebacker.
All right.
And I think we got the, well, no, he's not in the middle. He's on, Steele's on this side, and the Britt's on the other.
Britt's okay.
Britt's on the right side of the defense.
So that must have been Steele that made that tackle.
That'd be correct. Well, we could just cover basically 55 in on the stop. We'd be fine.
Go. There you go.
But we do want to call these young men's name. They deserve get their name called out here. They're playing hard. And they want to get a little playing time in and make a play or two. And good to see them in the football game.
Hunter Harris, number 42, or could that be Trip King? One or the other. Number 42 is in the ball game now. Quarterback keeper. Oh, Tony, I don't know. Good stop there by
Can't get that number.
Number 16 looks like, Tony. Seth McGowan in on the stop.
Yeah, also I think 35, Jim. Who we got 35? I gotta pull out the thing. That's Drew Smith in on the tackle also over there. So this is a straight little quarterback sneak, Jim. He saw it open at the middle, took the football right at the middle. Nice game.
First down for New Brockton. Oh, good pop there by number 65. which is McLean Borland.
Yeah, good to see it. I like to hear those pads pop.
Yes, sir.
These young men try to make a statement. These guys are wanting to earn a little more playing time, and they trying to get the coach's attention, saying, "Hey, coach, guess what? I don't mind hitting somebody, and we're going to be coming up through the system, and we want you to know right now we're ready to hit somebody."
And this coaching staff down here, they're coaching these young guys too, and that's a great job there. They know they're the young bucks that'll be coming up in the next couple of years. That's McNair stringing it out over there.
Yeah, good job of stringing it out by these young men. They strung that play out, and I tell you, had a nice little crackback block by the man in motion, and somebody better holler when they see it coming, because you can get tattooed if you don't see that one. And they did a great job of stringing that ball out for no gain, and so we're going to end up with, third down and about 8.
That was 55, one of the 55s, and also Banks Todd was in on the stop also. Clock's moving, 1:21 left in the third quarter. I thought it was the fourth quarter, Tony.
No, we're still in the third quarter.
Are we really? 1:21 left in the third quarter.
It just seems like it should be the fourth quarter, but third down and 9, Jim. A good chance right here for Houston Academy to make a stop with the JV defense on the field.
McNair back to throw, being pressured by 55, and just throws it away. Just about got intercepted.
That was still corny.
Yes, sir, by Drew Smith. 35 just about intercepted that ball.
I've got a way to figure him out, Jim. Steele's got on the long blue socks, and Britt's not wearing the long socks.
I got you now.
If you see the long socks, that's Steele.
I got you.
See, I'm not as dumb as you look. Always looking for an edge in a 46-0 game.
I hear you. 42, Hunter Harris goes in the ball game, and that'd be Brett Owens. Brett Owens comes out of the ball game. Fourth down, and they're going for it, Tony. McNair's looking for somebody in the middle, and he's got him. Number 44. Who's 44, Tony?
That's that same man they've thrown football to several times.
Yeah, that's Culverhouse.
Culverhouse, his favorite receiver, and he found him in the middle of the field. Made a nice throw and catch for nice gain on fourth down. Picks up the first, gets him down inside the 20-yard line of the Raiders. It's about the 17-yard line. Jim, I noticed now as they picked up his first down, the starting defense is starting to get a little bit closer to the line of scrimmage, or a little bit closer to the field of play now, and starting to cheer these young men on, saying, "Hey, preserve the shutout for us. Come on, guys, play hard."
Another good hard run by New Brockton. Good pickup on the play also.
And he's going to pick up about 8.5 yards on the carry, push him second, and show up down inside the 10 at about the 8-yard line.
Borland goes back in the ball game, and number 77 comes out of the ball game, which is Andrew Brown. McNair's back to throw. He fakes a pass. Oh, man. 65 again. McLean, Borland I just talked about. And we had a late flag go in there, too. So we have to see this is. But that's going to be the end of the third quarter. Face mask against the Raiders.
That's going to put it down. Half distance to go. So
they'll mark it off, and then we'll switch ends, I guess.
I don't know if the play can, if the quarter can end, I believe it will. They'll mark it off. Looks like then they're going to switch ends. They'll see the chain gang walk to the other side. And, well, now they stop.
Yeah.
I believe you'll have one more down before the change. I don't think the quarter can end on the penalty.
Okay.
It will be first and goal at about the, it's like 2.5, 3-yard line.
Tony, I think they're going to the other end of the field.
I'm not sure what to do, to be honest. I'm through guessing. I'm going to wait for the man with the stripes on to tell me what we're doing. We'll worry about it after that. Well, their coach believes he can't end on the penalty because he told him to stay on the field.
And the officials, all three of them, are discussing it. So we'll hang right here to see what's going to happen.
Holding on the defense.
Uh-huh.
I'm not real sure what I don't know that I believe what I see sometimes out of the officials. Did I not see a face mask call initially?
I thought you did.
And then goes to a holding.
And now we are
somewhere
going to have
among all of that is a play about to be run.
So we got an untimed down here, it looks to me like, and this is going to end the third quarter.
Yes, it will. Maybe. We'll hope for the best.
But remember, it's going to be an untimed down here because clock has flat run out. And that's Culverhouse, and no game on the play, so that will end the third quarter. We'll be right back to bring you the fourth quarter. Tony, that's New Brockton with the ball, and I don't know if they got it or not. Yes, they did get it. New Brockton finally goes on the board.
Got a little straight ahead quarterback sneak and got a good drive by the offensive front and pushing the ball back into the end zone. And New Brockton gets on the board here with 11:56, 4 seconds into the fourth quarter. Cut the deficit 46-6 with an extra point pending.
Kicks up. It looks like it might be wide left, and it is, Tony. So that brings the score 46-6. Houston Academy over New Brockton. Homecoming here at Norcutt Field tonight.
Jim, looks like we're going to have a new set of guys back to return the kick for us now. I saw Stanley with his sweatshirt on the sidelines, and I don't see Robert Gurley on the field either. Can you pick up those numbers from here? And we got that's Tyler on the other side, and I'm not real sure either. I haven't seen a number yet. Well, I'm gonna have attempted onside kick, Jim.
You're right. That's what they're going to do. And smart play there by Houston Academy. I didn't see you cover that up, Tony, but he did exactly the right thing. Number 30 for Houston Academy. Let's get his number real quick. Jordan Parks, number 30. Recovered that. Be 1st and 10 for Houston Academy, and they'll start at their own 36-yard line. 11:53 left here in the ball game tonight at Norcutt Field. Tony, I promise you, the rain is gone. The cold front is coming. The wind's blowing. It's going to be a beautiful day tomorrow.
I'm going to take your word for it, Jim.
You didn't know I was a forecaster, did you? Oh, we got a flag goes down, and that's...
We had somebody move on the sideline there. I thought, are you Jim Boone or Jim Cantori? Are you on the weather counter?
Is Jim Cantori?
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's the hurricane guy.
Yeah, I'm that guy.
The tough guy, man. He's just tough. I never thought he'd be a tough weatherman. He's just tough. He's crazy one.
He's got no hair like me, so yeah, that's me.
Yeah, I resemble that remark.
Number 10, Alan Kramer is quarterbacking now, it looks like, Tony.
Yeah, we've got a lot of new faces and new helmets out there on the football field.
Pitch back to, is that number 7? That's, did I pick that up right? Number 7, is that Jones? That couldn't be Jones. That could be Jones. That is David Jones. Trying to get some yardage, I guess, for David Jones. Pick up 3 on the play, so it's going to be a 2nd and 7 for Houston Academy. Clock's moving, 11:26 left in this ball game.
You know, Jim, if I'm not badly mistaken, that was only our second offensive play of the second half. We had one carry for Stanley for 80 yards, and I believe that's been it. So
that was
we got another play stop here. I think we got these young men right now. The timing's off a little bit, and they got to get used to the snap count. And even the guys that are in there, you've got a different quarterback, you got a different cadence. You know, no matter how hard you practice, Watson's cadence and Allen's cadence, you know, and Torrey, whoever else may be at quarterback, it's going to be a little bit different. So you got to get adjusted to it a little bit. And right now we're struggling trying to get adjusted to Allen's cadence right there. We jumped off sides. That's the second time we've done that in 3 plays. Plus, they're a little bit excited about being in a football game.
Oh,
so.
yeah. Pitch back to David Jones. David Jones is going to be hard to bring down. Maybe a first down. We'll see where they spot it. Good pickup by Jones. Maybe an 8 on the play.
I believe we're going to have holding against Houston Academy where that flag was thrown. So I hope it was blatantly obvious because oh, we got holding on the defense. I think they tackled us. I have seen it all now. I will never guess again. I've said that for 4 times now. I guess I'm lying the other times. But they've, I think we might decline the penalty, so we'll have a first down, but we'll know in a second. And the official call was holding against the Gamecocks in New Brockton. Decline. David to get the gain and picks up a first down on the play. Jim had another penalty on that play. Had unsportsmanlike conduct. I think that was a bench penalty, but they're going to mark off 15 more yards and push the football down inside New Brockton's territory, down inside their 40 at about the 37-yard line. Give us 1st and 10 from there.
Yeah.
I guess we're waiting on the chain game to get set, Jim, before we put the ball in play. Everybody's ready except for the officials. Now we're all ready. The play's been put in. So
Pitch back to David Gannon. Just nothing there for David to pick up a few yards. So it's going to bring up a 2nd down and 12 for Houston Academy. Loss of 2 on the play.
Yeah, Jim, they're starting to obviously with the score at 46-6. They've got their safeties are coming up now hard on run support, and they're tightening up on the line of scrimmage, put more men in the box. So they're going to try to shut down the run here in the 4th quarter.
That time we laid the ball on the ground, and I don't know if David got it back or not. And they're saying New Brockton got the ball.
And then turnover there by the offense, and so go give New Brockton the football back with 10:26 to go in the game. Still trailing 46-6, and they're going to have the ball at their own 40-yard line. Big Josh Wilford sprinting on. Well, I don't think that's Josh.
No, that's not Josh.
He's not quite big. He's a big man, but he ain't big as Josh.
That is Burkhart McLaughlin, number 72 in the ball game.
He sprinted out there to get it down to the defensive line position. So
Josh can't move that fast.
I'm gonna let him know you said that.
Don't tell him that. John May, number 50, in on the stop there for Houston Academy. It looks like another Chase Gibbons there.
Yeah,
he's coming out of the ball game. Coach, leave him in there, man. He just stuck somebody.
Oh, come out and get recognized, hit you a high 5 or 2, and run back in here another play later. I thought it was Chase myself. I saw 50 in on the tackle, and just so used to seeing Chase. I see Chase over here with his helmet off, so obviously it wasn't him.
I'm telling you, they ran out of jerseys. We got so many players out this year.
That's great to see. You know,
it is
good participation in the school system. Got a new quarterback on the field.
They sure do, and missed tackle there by number 42, and oh man, In on the takedown was Seth McGowan, number 16. Who's their new quarterback, Tony?
I believe it's number, is it 19? I think it's Hunter, another freshman. That's Hunter Cawley. End of the game. He's also a freshman, about the same size as the other young man that was in there. Both listed at 5'9". He's at 180, and Tevin was listed at 175. So about the same size young man, both freshmen. So it's tough to go younger when your starting quarterback's a freshman.
And this time he's back to throw. He's being pressured. He's still on his feet and going to be get back up to maybe the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, good effort right there, fighting for all the yards he could get, and good job by the defense. Going to hold them, put them down at 4th down, and about 9 yards, maybe 10 on the play.
Andrew Brown, number 77, goes in the ball for Houston Academy. Will Owen, number 66, is in there, I see. Number 80 in the corner, that's Logan Lovett.
I saw 40 run on the field. That's Wilson Brakefield. He's out here.
Yeah, I see big Wilson out there. Now Wilson wants a timeout. Up. Yep, coach, we need to talk it over.
And we've got trips to either side. That's what it was. Jim, they call a timeout because they came up with a new formation. They got trips to either side.
Yep. We got 4 down.
That's the punt formation.
Lyman rushing. Yep, they're going to fake the punt. And then he's going to throw it deep. He's got a man open out there. Oh, man, in and out of his hands. He got behind our receiver. Number 80, that's Logan back there defending. I thought they had another score there for a second, Tony.
He threw that ball a long way and with the defender right in his face, and the ball continued to carry a little bit. I think he's got a little wind helping him. That wind has kind of turned a little bit out of south, and that ball went a long way in the air, but in and out of the hands, off the shoulder pads of the attending receiver. So the Raiders will take over at the New Brockton 40-yard line. 8:34 to go in the game, 46-6. I sure hope we run the football up the middle, Jim.
Alan Kramer, number 10, in quarterbacking, and don't have enough players on the field. Number 60 rushes in the ball game. Who is that? Oh, Brian Vukovic.
Yeah, we're getting another set of guys ready over here on the sideline to go in next.
Man, yeah, we're 3 or 4 deep here. Man, you just let us know how many you want. We got them. Kramer back to throw, and it's being deflected, and it's intercepted.
That's 76.
Come over to slow him up. Who was that?
I believe it was
Drew Coleman, number 76, slowed him up. I think that ball was deflected. Is that what you saw?
I think so. 70, was that 78 Adam Crosby on the interception? Possibly.
It could have been.
I missed the number, but apologize to that young man. But yeah, I don't know, Jim. I could tell the ball man slipped out of his hands a little bit, but they get the interception. You Brockton don't get the football back, and unfortunately for us, the clock never ran. We're still at 8:24 to go in the fourth quarter. We run a play, had an interception, and ran 0 time off the clock. That gives you Brockton the football at the 42-yard line.
Brockton keeping it on the ground there, and we got about 5 or 6 missed tackles. We're slipping and sliding all over the field, looks like. That's Logan Lovett, number 80, goes in, and 37 comes out.
They're going to pick up the first down, Jim, and
Metcalf.
We did run at least. We ran a few seconds off the clock. We're down to 8:11, and clock's running.
They picked up a first down. They got 10 yards on that play.
Yeah, nice. I tell you what, that young man's continuing to run hard into the fourth quarter, down 40 points. You got to like that effort.
McNair still in there. And man, we just keep subbing. We put them in and out of there. That's big 72 and number 70. Banks Todd and McLaughlin goes in.
Yeah, we got Logan Lovett in the game, or either Carter Best one. We got 280s. One of the two's in the football game, so Mom, sorry, I can't recognize your son in the football uniform, and one of them may weigh 40 pounds more than the other one, but.
Well, both parents are here. I've seen them, so.
One of them's in the game. Maybe I'll make a play here.
Man, great run there by number 22. That's Coverhouse.
Nice runner up the middle. There's Jared Metcalf, and I believe that was also
McGowan.
Britt Owen going into the game.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to catch him as I go in the game,
Gotcha.
Jim.
McGowan in on the stop.
Coach is still screaming in encouragement to these young men, trying to get them fired up here. Tell them to fight hard and compete.
Clock's moving, 6:50 left in the ball game.
And the words of encouragement worked there. Good job of gang tackling. I see all kind of folks getting up off the pile over there, but I don't know who the last man up was, but good job by the, I think Burkhart McLaughlin is credited with the tackle on that play, so good job by Burkhart getting in there and making a tackle. We bring up second down in about 8.
We had number 30 go in the ball game, because that could be Travis Gardner or it could be Jordan Parks. Brockton's quarterback, number 12, back to throw, and incomplete pass. So
thrown a little bit low and behind the intended receiver. So we're going to bring up third down and 8, and we're going to shuffle some more of them in and out of there. I see 66 going into the football game. That'd be Will Owen, and I missed the other numbers. Young man ran on the football field, but regardless, third down and about, they're going to call it 9 yards, Jim, I believe. So and the ball's tipped there at the line of scrimmage. Good job of getting your hands up to the passing lane and deflecting that ball away. That was number 17. I don't even have a 17 listed on my sheet, so I'm not sure who that was, but that's unfortunate. I don't have him because he made a nice play getting his hands up to the passing along and deflecting that pass. And the Brock's going to call a timeout, Jim, with 5:57 to go and discuss this fourth down play.
Fourth down 9, they're going for it, Tony. Think they're going to throw the ball?
I would think so.
How about that? Rolling out to throw the ball, being pressured. Got a man open, going to be intercepted at the goal line. And he's trying his best to get out of the end zone, and he did. And Houston Academy will take the ball at about the 2 or 3 yard line. Who was that intercepted that one? How about Jared Metcalf? How about that?
Yeah, that's a good job. You know, as he gets a little bit older, and I'm sure the coach is going to tell him, just knock that thing down, young man. We get the football back out there at the 18-yard line instead of at the 3, but I don't blame him. I'd intercepted it too if I got a chance.
That's right.
That's what you got to get your name in the paper. Knocking it down usually doesn't. So good job by Jared to get an interception, gives the Raiders football back. We're going to be backed up at about the 3-yard line. Back in the shotgun formation, and went to that spread offense and going to run the football up the middle, a little handoff, and
Tyler Gregory with the ball.
Tyler's going to pick up 2-3 yards on the play, and maybe going to give him about 1.5 yards, 2 yards. So second down and 8.
Keeping Alan Kramer in there, number 10 in the shotgun. Allen's back to throw this time and trying to find a man open. Oh, man, he got a man open, but he got stuck. Good defensive play over there by number 44 for New Brockton. Who was that that caught that ball? Number 37?
That's Jared Metcalf.
Yeah. Third down 10, still in the shotgun. Got him spread all over the field. He's being pressured. And
he's going to get out of the end zone. And
Kramer's being close if he got back to the line of scrimmage. Stopping the clock at 4:40 left in the ball game.
Well, this could be entertaining, Jim, because Stanley's the punter, and he's got his sweatshirt on and out of the game, obviously. So the Raiders are going to have to call timeout to figure out who they're going to get to throw it in and punt the football.
Well, I definitely hope it's not Stanley.
Well, Stanley's got his sweatshirt on, so.
That's good.
If it is, we're in trouble.
Maybe it's going to be the JV punter. Whoever that might be. You know, Ryan Watley can punt the ball. He's been practicing some. Whether they'll use him or not, I don't know.
Well, we'll soon find out as they run back on the field. I see Ryan on the field. He's not out there to do anything other than kick, so I believe Ryan will be punting the football here.
Yep, sure will. Let's see what Ryan can do. He's going to be deep in his end zone. Well, pressure's on Watley here to see what he can do, but I like him back there punting. That boy's got some strong leg right there. How about this? They got nobody back, Tony. They're coming after us.
I think they might have got an early start at it, too.
Oh, really? Okay. I'm glad it wasn't too much time.
I think the young man was trying to come off the left corner over here. Got a little early start. I saw him jump, but he may have been drawn off sides. We'll see here shortly.
You're right. Man, I tell you, you can see good from up here, can't you?
Well, like, you know, if you just keep guessing, Jim, after a while, you're bound to get one right. So.
Yep.
He got an early start. He wanted to try to get him a block and a touchdown all at the same time, and unfortunately, he got off sides. We get to punt at it again.
While he's still in his own end zone. And how about this play right here, fans? I believe that's Tyler Gregory with the ball. Got a flag down back here, but short snap to Tyler Gregory. Tyler runs it 95 yards for a touchdown.
I do believe it's going to be called back. I've not seen an official raise his hand yet. Well, we'll know in a minute. I'll tell you what, that shocked me. That caught me off guard. I wasn't looking for a fake right there.
I wasn't either. I thought they were very serious about letting Wiley kick the ball and see if he could get it out of the end zone.
Well, you don't seldom see a fake punt from your own 5-yard line. No?
How about this? Illegal use of hands. And the flag was thrown behind the play.
Well, they're trying to get Jane Gain to hold what to have, but they're not doing it. They're coming on down.
They're coming on down.
This official will be tired by the time he gets back and pick up his flag.
Touchdown, Houston Academy. We know that. We saw the official.
Well, nice job by Tyler Gregory right there. So up the middle. If Tyler has a few yards other than that one run, we may have 3 running backs over 100-yard mark tonight. I know David would have gone over. He had 96 and a half, and I know he's gained at least 4 yards in the second half.
Yeah.
Stanley's going to be well over 200 yards, and that's going to be a 90-some-odd yard run for Tyler. So I don't know what he's done and other than that one carry, but those are rushing yards, even though it came on a punt formation. It's still offensive play, and I don't think anybody in this North Cutfield facility thought that they'd fake that punt.
Good burst of speed, too, by Tyler Gregory.
That's another one I guarantee is faster than his daddy. So showed good speed getting to the end zone.
Will Andre back to kick the extra point. Ball's up. It's definitely long enough, but it is off to the left, it looked like. How about that snap? You see that?
I tell you what, it's a heck of a job just being able to catch a snap. Much less trying to get it out.
It went to the right side, to the left side.
That's
so
right.
That's going to bring a score of 52-6, Houston Academy.
Jim, here we go. We got a 52-6 ball game, 4:26 to go in the game, and HA will be kicking off. I believe young Andre's going to kick again here, so he's going to have a little bit different angle this time. That wind's blowing pretty strong now. He's going to be kicking kind of sort of into that wind, so Better put a little extra leg into it.
Ooh.
I don't know if that was intentional or not, but it took a nice hop up and popped him right in the chest as he went after the football. And I think it caught everybody by surprise.
Yeah, I think it did too. That was quite a line drive. So New Brockton's got good field position, Tony.
Yeah, they do. I think he was trying to kick the ball low and hard across the ground. It took a hop and hit one of the up men right in the chest. And fortunately for him, it stayed right in front of him. He, like good old third baseman, knocks it down and got the football. So.
And there goes 22, and he might go in for a score.
And he will.
And he deserves it, Tony.
Yes, he did. That young man run hard all night. He earned every yard of that. He ran hard and got into the end zone. And, good effort by that young man to get to the end zone.
I believe that was Foster, number 22, in for the score. New Brockton band's going crazy over there.
That young man ran hard. I tell you, he's we talked about him in the series before. Even though the score was down, it's in the fourth quarter, he's still running hard, and that's what you need to build on your program. And these young men are playing hard, and they, we talked about it earlier and have alluded to it a couple times. A lot of young men on the field for New Brockton.
Going for two, Tony, back to throw. He's being pressured, and it is going to be no good. So Houston Academy 52 and New Brockton 12 with 4:14 left in the ball game. Homecoming for Houston Academy.
You ready to roll it? Well, Jim, we're going to line up and take another shot at a onside kick right here with 4:14 to go in the football game and 52-12. And
New Brockton is not giving up.
Oh, no, you don't want to. I tell you what, I like that.
They want the ball back. And there it is. Oop, and the ball got loose. And I think we got it back.
Yeah.
65, I think that's McLean. Yeah, Borland.
66 got up with the football.
Well, that's good. That's
he's excited about it.
That's old Will Owen.
Good job by Will. And 65, that was McLean Boylan there. The ball was kicked to him originally. It bounced off him a little bit. And good alert play there to get back on the football by Will. So HA will get the football. 4:13, 4 minutes to go. Jim, I'm not. Well, I looked at that clock. It was 4:13, and it went to 4 minutes just like that. It went from 4:13 to 4 minutes in 1 second.
That's good.
I'll take it. I think, though, the coach saw it, too. But I'm pretty sure that's what I saw. But regardless, 4 minutes to go here in the game. And now I believe that's J.H. Johnson, the quarterback.
Yep, that is J.H., number 5. Giving J.H. some snaps, and he gets one snap. It looks like Torrey goes in. Torrey Kirkland, number 6, the quarterback.
He picked up about 3 on the play, so we're going to have 2nd down and 7, and looks like we're going to rotate J.H. and Torrey in and run some plays in and out. Jim, I think the clock has died. It's not running at all. When it went from 4:13 to 4, it's still at 4 minutes, so maybe they're keeping the time on the field.
We lost the score, too.
Yeah, we did.
52-13, the best I remember.
52-12.
52-12. You're right. They hadn't made an extra point.
I don't know if we had a clock malfunction or what has happened, but we had problems before the game started. The PA system was out and the clock was out from the weather storm that moved through earlier in the day, and you know, we were able to get the clock up and the scoreboard up, and that clock keeps jumping back to 4 minutes. So there's obviously a problem with the clock somewhere. And the official will have to call a timeout. I think they'll have to keep time on the field because I believe the clock has malfunctioned. And they had to keep it on the field. The clock has malfunctioned, Jim. I heard the official say we will keep the official time on the field. They're going to count down from 4 minutes, and yeah, we're at a 52-12 football game, and maybe they just let 4 minutes run continuously here.
H.A. jumped. So that's going to back up H.A. to 5 yards. Got a little too aggressive there.
So we're somewhere inside of 4 minutes to go in the football game. I won't guess at just how much time is run off the clock, but we're backed up to about 2nd down and 20.
And here comes Torrey Kirkland trying to turn the corner, number 6. Going to be thrown down at about the 50-yard line.
Yeah, good job by Torrey there, pulling the ball out on the option, keeping it around the corner, and picked up a nice yard. Solomon Harrison on the tackle. He's a sophomore, you know, Jim. Most of these young men, their running back is a senior, number 22, Sheridan Foster, who's been their workhorse tonight's a senior. But they've got a lot of young men on that New Brockton football team, and Torrey did a good job right there. He gets us back to a manageable 3rd down, about 6. Well, it was J.H. in at quarterback, and I didn't get the number.
The ball? Yeah, he slipped down. Who was number 11? Could be Andrew Dauphin.
I believe it is. I know it's not Brennan. I had a chance to talk to Brennan. He's going to be able to play in the playoffs. His shoulder, he's letting that shoulder heal the last couple of weeks, and he will be ready for the first game in the playoffs. So
good. We'll need him.
Yeah, that was good to hear. I got a chance to talk to him a little bit before the game and some more at halftime. So looking forward to getting Brennan back out on the football field. I know he's anxious to get out there and play.
It's Torrey Kirkland with the ball. Not much there.
No, we'll turn the ball over on downs back to New Brockton here at about midfield with I'm going to take a stab and guess that we had 4 minutes to go when they started the clock, and we've run 1:41 of it off the clock, so we should be down, inside of 3 minutes anyway, about 1 minute and 19 seconds, or 2 minutes and 19 seconds go in the game. Go, Jim.
Quarterback back to throw, looking deep.
Nice throw.
Man, his man in the hands and just dropped the ball.
That was a young Collie man back in at quarterback again. He made a nice throw right there, Jim. Just wasn't able to pull it in on the reception. And we got Ryan Wiley going in into the defensive secondary.
How about that?
Maybe the first time I've seen him on the field in a non-kicking situation.
Goes in
good for Ryan. Maybe he'll make him interception here.
Goes in for Drew Smith, who was just defending that play. How much time we left, got, Tony?
We're about 2 minutes and 12 seconds to go in the game if my clock's right. I'm trying to keep it on my stopwatch here on the.
I hope your clock is right.
I'm going to keep it as close as I can. There goes that young man again running hard.
That's Foster with the ball, and he's going to be stopped there by number 32 for Houston Academy.
That's
Andrew Tarwater.
I don't think that's right.
You don't think that's Tarwater? Andrew, right?
Oh, Andrew Tarwater.
Not Joe. That's Andrew.
That's not right. Can't give the same number to two kids with the same last name. That's too confusing for me and Jim.
Younger brother.
Well, at least for me. Maybe not you, Jim, but definitely for me.
Brockton's back to throw. Looking for a man in the corner. He's got him open. He steps out of bounds. And so they're down to our 5-yard line. And the clock just stopped. And how much time we got left now, Tony?
Well, that was a 2-minute, 4-minute ball game.
How about that? That's a ball game.
Yeah, Jim, that's going to make the final score 52-12. Houston Academy, and a good win at homecoming. We're going into playoffs now, a little momentum, and had another good, successful, undefeated regular season.
Next week, we'll be off. The following week, we'll be playing Reeltown. First playoff game right here at Northcutt Field. So a good night for homecoming. We're going to leave it with you. Jim Boone, Tony Johnson, and we'll see you later.
You've been watching high school football action. Join us again next time for more high school football action right here on your local channel.
Your #1 source for high school sports. You're watching the Scenic Sports Network.